Hey guys, let's check out this 28 by 18 flat series build with a hinged riser. Let's dive in. Alright, so starting off, we got the Goodwood Audio wet dry wet interfacer box. So that's going to handle our guitar input, our send, our return, and our stereo out, as well as we have a split going to the long line so he can do XLR out because of the tone X's. Or we can do quarter inch out, whatever he wants to do, bypass the tone X's, go in some tube amps. From the input, it is going into the noise reducer. It's going in for the guitar input so we can clean up any signal that we have right now. I am using a Strat from Fender, the new 70th anniversary Strat. So from there, we're going to go into the board. We're going to go through all the dry effects. Then it's going to hit the noise reducer again, and then it's going to hit the volume pedal, and then it's going to actually go out to the board, to the front of amp. Amp send can come back into the board, hit the wet section if he's going to run an effects loop or not. Hits the wet effects. It's going to go through the wet effects, stereo out to the interfacer box, and then split to the long line. For this demo, I'm not going to be using the tone X pedals as they're not really dialed in, and I don't want to mess with the client's tones. So I will be using the Neural DSP, Pliny, and Morgan Amp Suite plugins through Logic. So that's a board. Let's move on to talking about actually how do you navigate the PBC10. We did basic programming for this controller, so we have everything talking to different MIDI devices, as you could tell. We can do scrolling. All the buttons are labeled. So like when you toggle something on, it will tell you Duelist L, Duelist R, so you know which side it is, and then Protein L, Protein R, so it will correlate with what overdrives are on, as well as which MIDI pedals are on. So like you saw when we were demoing the Bloom, I actually have it MIDI set up to toggle on the EQ in the Bloom from the main homepage, which is really handy. But we have page 1, which is really simple. It's just our presets page with a global switch. Bank up and down will actually bank you through different songs. So if you watch my preset songs and set list video, it talks about how to utilize this switch better. These aren't muting switches since we have a tuner and we want to tune, he just rolls back his volume, he can tune. We'll replace those with the Bloom and the EQ setting. This will bank him up to the loops page. So this is all of the loops that we're using, as well as the Strymons, everything in stereo. Banking up again takes us to our MIDI page. So these are actually, the first two are white, so they're for the tone X's. One says XL and XR, so left and right. So tap for these guys go up. So if we turn these on, just so you can see the LEDs, it'll actually bang through the sounds and it's going up. But if you hold it down, it'll go down. You can see it going down. It really just depends on what the client's going to be doing for amps and everything. If he's going to be doing a ton of sounds or not. We'll turn those off for now. Rest of these, you see 2 rows with colors we coordinate. We do the aqua for the big sky. We do yellow for the timeline. It's just kind of the generic color I picked. And purple we did for gravitas. So the top row, you go up. Bottom row, you go down. So you can see it's scrolling up. And then you can go down at any time. And then green is actually going to be the Bloom. You see the Bloom over here. It'll actually toggle through its different color of compressions. And it's only a 1 switch, so it'll just cycle through all 6 sounds. That takes you back to home. Let's talk about how to build a preset next. Alright, so building a preset is actually really simple. My rule of thumb is to always pick a preset. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick preset 1. We're going to hit the loop switch. We're going to pick some pedals that we want to turn on. So we'll say, I don't know. We'll say we want the compression on and we want... We'll go with that. We'll want the duelist. But we also want some reverb. And we want some delay. So now that we picked those sounds, obviously that's not what we want. So now we're going to go to the MIDI page and actually pick which reverb we want. So we want like a really simple reverb, and then we'll find a simple delay. Okay, sure. Say that's the sound that you want. And you're like, yes, I'm happy with that. Hold this for 2 seconds. It'll say stored. Tap again to go home. So now when you change preset, there's nothing there. But you go back to preset 1. It's there. And then when you change a preset, if you do another preset, these will change to whatever you selected for the MIDI up and down. So it's really simple. Go ahead and watch my video to actually connect to an editor, build presets from there. But like I said, it's really simple. 1, pick a preset. 2, pick the loops you want. 3, pick the MIDI PC messages, preset changes that you want. 4, hold, store. And that's it. Have a good one.